welcome Claudio Muruzabal.
It's great to be here. We're getting towards the end of day 2, and I really appreciate the amazing welcome. I'm so humbled and excited to be here at SAP Sapphire 2022. It's been 3 years, and I have to admit that perhaps like many of you here, this is the first real big conference that you're attending. Is that the case? Is this the first big conference? We did it a little bit intimate. It's about 7,000 people, no longer 25,000, but still a big conference. So while I was getting ready for this conversation backstage, I couldn't help but reflect on what might be on your minds right now. And let me tell you, I was sitting where you are today many times. I first was an SAP customer, then I was an SAP partner, implementing ERP globally, and I can say that honestly and empathy, I truly understand how you may be feeling right now. So here I am today, sharing my thoughts with another perspective of having spent the last 7 years at SAP. So from being a customer, to being a partner, to spending the last 7 years of SAP. And today, as 7 years ago, I still have very clear in my mind one of the many reasons why I decided to join SAP. And that's its unique ability to connect the vast understanding of the customer's business with the application of technology to transform your operations. Understanding the industry, understanding you as a customer, and then transform that into how you can better run your business. This was true 50 years ago, and it's true today. But as I look around here today, I know you may be a long-term SAP customer, or you may be here for the first time. But I'm sure your business is going through unprecedented change, and you're seeing technology as the catalyst for transformation. You may be asking yourself, should we do all of it ourselves? Should we use consultants? What role does SAP have to play in this transformation? So whatever the circumstances are, we are here for you. The role of Cloud Success Services is to meet you where you are. Over the past 5 decades, SAP has supported customers of all sizes by providing advice on how to advance the digital transformation. And in keeping with this theme, I am here today to share the progress and evolution that brought over 22,000 of our very best, the very talented and experienced employees to focus on one thing, and that is the success of you as our customers. SAP's new Cloud Success Services organization is designed to ensure the success of every customer in its cloud journey. Our focus is in driving your cloud transformation in whatever format you select, with whatever partner you choose, ensuring lasting success by strengthening the way we work together and by fulfilling those needs that you have with best-in-class services. So this is who we are. And this is why we're here. And our success is measured in just one way. And the way that is measured is in customer lifetime value. If you were in the keynote this morning, you heard it loud and clear from Scott on what it means for us driving a journey of customer lifetime value. And talking about this journey, we understand that each of you are experiencing that journey in their own defined way and your own defined way. So we're here to fuel your transformation by delivering the right assets, the right content, and the right offerings that will optimize the end-to-end experience and accelerate the business value that you get from SAP. Reflecting over the past few years, and more so during the pandemic, most companies realized that the beauty of operating in the cloud is that it brings resiliency and it brings flexibility to the business. Companies that accelerated through the pandemic were those that had the ability to pivot their processes and their business models very quickly. And I think we all agree now that the only way to do this is in the cloud. So now is the time to create more agile business models with the help of innovative digital tools and cloud technologies. And to make that happen, back in April, we launched a simplified cloud success services and support portfolio that expands our focus all the way from implementation to onboarding and adoption and full consumption of our SAP technology. This updated approach will hone in on what you need to be successful based on the outcome you define. And in fact, the simplified portfolio is built to drive value across all business scenarios, be it a fit-to-standard, simple, single cloud offering to the complexity of an end-to-end transformation in a design-to-operate process across S/4, digital supply chain, and all other SAP solutions. And this portfolio is evolving way beyond the implementation phase. It goes from delivering on initial value to recurring contribution, and ultimately, what we are all looking for, unlocking new value. And the very beauty of all this is that we can adjust our model, our offering, to meet your needs. And this is very different from the SAP services you probably encountered in the past. Think of us, and bear with me in the analogy, think of us as your barista who's able to customize your offering to make sure you get just the right level of foam or the right shots of espresso to energize that transformation. This means that we at SAP will meet you where you are, and we will work with you hand in hand to realize the value of your SAP investment. And in doing that, we will continue to move forward together as the trusted partner that you're looking for, dedicated to ensuring that you achieve the lasting success with the investments that you're doing with SAP. And there's nothing more clear that bring examples on how we do this. So, to transform these words into reality, I would like to present to you the work that we've done with one of our great customers. But before I welcome our esteemed guest from Suncor Energy, let's learn a little bit more about what is going on in this incredible customer. So let's roll the video.
Suncor is a Canadian company. We've got operations on the upstream side with oil sands and conventional oil, and with the downstream side with refineries and trading and offering refined products to the customers. Moving with SAP from the on-premise to the cloud will be a game changer for us. This project as a whole is about moving to standard business processes and also industry best practices. We're talking about two key pillars: creating value from data and securing our future to digital technology. And we think that with SAP Intelligent Enterprise, it's going to really helping us making these two things happen. being in the cloud and being standard makes it like every time there'll be something new, functionality or technology, we'll be able to implement pretty quickly. We'll have real-time data, and we didn't have that before. It should end up in better decisions and significant savings. You'll get a much clearer view of our inventory throughout our value chain across the company. And the biggest one, I think, will be on the supply chain side. We think with SAP S4, we'll be able to buy on contract, something we cannot do now because we're so decentralized, but being rigorous and having the process in place, we think will generate significant savings. This was a pretty highly complex project, and we were glad to count on Cloud Success Services to help us with this, despite the fact we were in a full pandemic, people working from home most of the time. Actually, even Go Live was with people from working from home. So this is a remarkable achievement. With the SAP Foundation, we'll be able to lower our costs, drive efficiencies, and leverage digital technology going forward, and place ourselves really good for a great future for Suncor.
Please join me in welcoming Angela Butler, the Vice President of Transformation at Suncor Energy. Angela, welcome. How are you?
Thank you very much.
Please take a seat. So Angela, welcome to our Sapphire event. I hope you're having a good time in the last 2 days. You lead the transformation of Suncor, and it has been a transformation that started a number of years ago. You've been an SAP customer for many years, and I remember in conversations with you that we started the journey in 2017. We decided to move to the cloud with S4 starting at some time in 2019, and now we realize the value, and in April you went live successfully with S4 in the cloud. So congratulations for that achievement.
Thank you very much.
So tell us a little bit more about, you're an early adopter of the cloud mindset. How was that journey that drove you to realize the value of ERP in the cloud?
Well, I think for us, I mean, as you saw in the video with starring my boss, Bruno, a key thing for us with the cloud mindset, the cloud operating model, we really started off it was about business process standardization. And it was to make how we work easier, make the right way, the easy way, drive out costs, standardize how we were doing like tasks across all of our businesses and all of our assets, so that we could really function as one Suncor and be able to see information across the entire enterprise and get that real-time information and be able to make use of it. And also to be set up for the future. We were in a situation where it was very difficult for us to innovate the way we were set up. And now, by going to the cloud environment with SAP, and really it's quite a significant footprint. It's an intelligent enterprise that we've gone live with. We're really in a position to be able to continue to modernize our processes, continue to constantly innovate, and have continuous improvement. So for us, it really was about changing the way that we work. It was not a technology implementation. And the way that the RISE concept has been set up in the cloud ERP that we're working on with SAP, it really supported that where we were going. Asking ourselves, why can't we work this way?
You mentioned to me about how the S4 transformation has been perceived by your users and how they work together after the implementation. Tell us a little bit more about that. I'm sure the audience will be interested in that experience.
From our users' perspective, I mean, right from the get-go when we started demoing what we were going to be implementing to our users, we had comments made when we took it up to show to a bunch of our operating staff, and their comment back was, "That's not SAP. That does not look like SAP." So we coined the phrase, "It's not your parents' SAP." From that point forward. So I think the users, they were excited. They were ready for something new and modern. We're introducing mobile technology for them in ways that they've never had before. It's a big change for them, for a lot of folks. If you go person by person, lots of change. Some folks might feel that loss of customization has resulted in maybe more work. Mm-hmm. But when you step back and you look at the whole Suncor, and we really worked hard with the user community so that they can understand from the Suncor perspective, all the value that we were going to generate by going to this very different way of working.
So not your parents' SAP.
Not your parents' SAP.
I have to ask you. We just presented the new focus of cloud success services. And you've been engaging with our organization throughout this journey. Tell us how cloud success services support you in this, not my parents' SAP.
Well, we couldn't have done this without the support of the CSS team and our colleagues from your organization. You know, I've done implementations like this in the past, and you know, we used to say we never actually met an SAP person. They were someplace you sent OSS notes to. And I think that that engagement model has changed so fundamentally that we couldn't have done this without the Suncor folks, our SI partner, but as important was having the SAP folks, the CSS folks, right there all along the journey. We were going into so many areas of new functionality and introducing new technology. It was a complicated go-live. It was a very complicated project. And especially in areas where we were, you know, kind of leading edge, we really needed the SAP folks there to tell us how it's done and make sure that we were implementing everything in the best possible way. So we couldn't have done it without them. So
at the risk of going off script here, no? You know, it's the afternoon of the second day. We can do a little bit of that. You originally had a role in the finance organization in Suncor, and you took over this transformation, understanding the complexity that it had behind. How was that transition from, you know, doing a finance role to now seeing how technology can change the way you run the business?
I mean, yeah, I was probably just as shocked as some people at Suncor when they told the controller that she was going to take this job on. But yeah, I have a finance background, worked in finance for 30 years. And I think when I first joined the Transformation Management Office and took on this project, there was this feeling that this was going to be a finance project. And many people would ask me, you know, is this about changing your finance processes, improving your close? And I can say that was already world-class at Suncor. It was very much about operations. The whole project was about improving how we procure goods and services, how we consume goods and services, how we take care of our people. It really was an operational project. How do we set our operations and maintenance function up for more efficient and effective deployment of people and goods? And so I very quickly was able to pivot with the help of colleagues, strong colleagues on the team from operating backgrounds, to really, you know, kind of get that idea around, you know, how are we going to drive costs out of the organization? How are we going to help the operating staff? And to think about what the experience was going to be like for the user, you know, on the floor of the refinery or at the face of the mine.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So you're now live with S4 with Bryce, and you have the platform that allows you to probably take the business to new places. Let me ask you about what innovations are now in mind. What is next for Suncor?
I mean, I think that what we're the most excited about is that now that we have this really strong foundation that we have set across the enterprise, we can start looking for automation opportunities, process automation, workflow automation, machine learning, AI. We have visibility across our entire hydrocarbon value chain now in a way that we never had before. But we also recognize that we have built something based on new and improved and standardized processes. So much of the value comes from actually changing the way that we work around the system. So we really have to organize ourselves around that in a way, and we're partnering with Signavio in a way that helps us really manage how we're executing our work, because that's what's going to drive out the value. And I think we're very excited about what's to come and the changes at Suncor that will drive innovation.
You mentioned Signavio. Do you see as the next step revisiting some of the processes that you have now put in the cloud with S4 and using Signavio capabilities to do that?
Definitely. I mean, out of the gate, we will very much use it to make sure that we're operating as designed. But from that, we will also look at, you know, where do we see, for instance, where people are checking out of the process and checking out of it fairly consistently, because that will easily point us to places where there could be opportunities to adjust and change. But the one thing that we are absolutely passionate about is maintaining the clean core. we have to have a clean core. If we were to do any kind of enhancements, it's going to be in the platform surrounding the core. We will not start to customize because we very much want to stay in lockstep with the developments that we see coming from SAP, and we think that the way that we've gone live, embracing this cloud solution has really set us up to do that.
Very good. So Angela, S4 and RISE allowed you to modify your processes, allow you to have a platform for growth, and you're experiencing a new way of using SAP to run your business, which is no longer your parents' SAP. So thank you very much for joining us today. I appreciate all you're doing while you're here at Sapphire, and enjoy the rest of the show.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you very much. I invite you to continue to have this conversation in the Cloud Success Services and Support neighborhood. We will be ready to get into more details on how we can advance the journey of digital transformation in the cloud. Thank you for joining us this afternoon. Enjoy the rest of Sapphire.